What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Golden State Warriors fan. I'm gonna be honest, when talking about the Warriors this season, they're not bad, but they're not amazing. And I believe during this year's NBA trade deadline, they're gonna make some moves. For this video, we're gonna be talking about 5 Warriors trades that I believe Dub Nation should make to simply improve their roster going into the second half of the season, and hopefully it'll help them make the playoffs. Stephen Curry is having an MVP season, but the thing is, he's not gonna get that award if the Warriors don't continue to win games. And if the Warriors wanna win more games, they gotta adjust their roster now. So if you're a big Warriors fan and want to know some moves they can make to simply get better, you're gonna love this. But quickly, before I get on with the video, just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos literally every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors.
It's 9 games in. We got a lot to figure out, but we're doing a lot of good things. There's some things we do need to get better at, but that's part of a new team kind of, getting assembled and figuring each other out, and, a lot of trial and error, but thankfully we're deeper than we were last year, where you can make subtle adjustments and hopefully win games in the process. But we'll get there.
The Warriors are a very popular team, and seeing them not in the winning column or at the top of the Western Conference, honestly, I'm kind of surprised. With Stephen Curry being one of the best players in the NBA, we were simply just used to the fact that when Stephen Curry is healthy, the Warriors would simply be the best. But with the Warriors kind of struggling right now and not playing at the best of their ability, they're gonna make some roster adjustments, and that's why I believe this video is perfect for Warrior fans who are kind of worried. As I make this video, the Warriors have a record of 19-18, which ranks them as the 9th seed in the Western Conference, and in my opinion, this season, the West is just so competitive, and every time you lose a game, it brings you down the standings at a tremendous rate. We all know last year, the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs. They were the worst team in the NBA, and this year, I want to see them in the playoffs. I want to see what Stephen Curry can do in the postseason once again. And with Stephen Curry still being 22 years old and is still in his prime, I want the Warriors to do whatever they can to give them the best opportunity and chance on winning another NBA championship. The biggest Warriors rumor right now when it comes to trading a player is that Kelly Oubre, who is currently on a 1-year contract, kind of like a 1-year rental, the Warriors are trying to move him during this year's NBA trade deadline on March 25th. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if ultimately he ends up getting traded for a future asset or simply a player that can contribute to this season and maybe the next season. A big reason why I believe the Warriors aren't doing so well is because in this past offseason, they were supposed to get Klay Thompson back, and then Klay got injured. And with that being said, the Warriors were able to get Kelly Oubre, which in my opinion was a great, quick, and efficient move. But still, if Klay comes back, I don't see Kelly Oubre being on the Warriors long term. So in some of these trades, Kelly Oubre will definitely be in the picture. But for this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 Warriors trades that I believe they should make. Some of these trades are on the realistic side, where I believe it's more likely to happen. Some of them are kind of a blockbuster dream for Warriors fans. I kind of wanted to add all the potential Warriors trade scenarios that would make you guys happy. Whether it's a small trade or a big trade, I believe the Warriors have to do something. They can't just sit around and relax. The first player on this list that I believe the Warriors should target is JaVale McGee of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And when talking about an NBA contender that wants a rim protector, JaVale McGee is becoming available. JaVale McGee is currently on the Cavaliers, and when talking about that team, they currently have so much big men and front court players that they're trying to dispose. They have Andre Drummond, they have JaVale McGee, they have Larry Nance Jr., Kevin Love, and Jared Allen. And from what we're hearing, they're trying to get rid of at least 2 during this year's NBA trade deadline. From what we know so far, Andre Drummond is not going to be wearing a Cavs uniform any longer. And with JaVale McGee on an expiring contract, people believe he's going to be on the trade block very soon, and a lot of NBA teams already have interest in him. JaVale McGee was a part of the Warriors championship run in 2017 and 2018, and I believe with that experience, chemistry, a potential reunion is definitely possible. When talking about the Warriors roster, I believe they need front court depth. As of right now, their centers are kind of unhealthy, Kevon Looney, and even the rookie James Wiseman. They've been hit with multiple injuries there and there, and going for JaVale McGee, who's kind of more an established NBA player, he has NBA championship experience, and also has chemistry with the team, it makes a lot of sense. And with the Warriors looking for a shot blocker, he's just a perfect target. If the Warriors can offer up Jordan Poole and Marquise Chriss in exchange for JaVale McGee, I believe the Cavs will take it, as they simply get a future young stud of Jordan Poole to simply develop alongside Sexton and Garland. And then of course the Warriors get a starting caliber center of JaVale McGee to simply be an energy boost, an emotional factor, and of course add front court depth, which is something I believe they truly need. JaVale McGee right now is being linked to so many NBA championship contenders, and I believe the Warriors have to be one of them. The next player that I believe the Warriors should target, and is currently being linked to right now, it's Blake Griffin, and from what we heard, Blake Griffin just got waived by the Pistons. Getting Blake Griffin wouldn't cost the Warriors some players, they wouldn't have to trade for him, as right now he's a free agent, and with the Warriors having a disabled player option after losing Klay Thompson, the Warriors could actually offer Blake some decent amount of money to play for the rest of the season. Blake Griffin isn't the best rim protector or the best interior defender, but if the Warriors want a dominant big who has the experience and a player that can dominate on any given time, Blake could be the answer. A few years ago, before Blake's injuries, he used to be a 20 points per game player, and with the Warriors right now needing an inside presence, somebody that could be a consistent threat when it comes to the paint, targeting Blake Griffin wouldn't be a bad idea. From what we're hearing though, Blake Griffin wants to go to the Lakers or the Clippers or the Brooklyn Nets, but I believe the Warriors should try to get him as well. He's a free agent now, anything is possible. The next player on this list is the Warriors going for Wayne Ellington, and I believe if the Warriors want more perimeter shooting on a consistent level, Wayne Ellington could be your guy. If you watch Warriors games, a big thing that I believe they can improve on is scoring off the bench. There's no one on the Warriors roster right now that comes off the bench and kind of bring a scoring factor, and with Wayne Ellington being known as one of the better role players, being known as one of the best teammates in the NBA, joining the Warriors, it just makes sense. Wayne Ellington is a 40% three-point shooter this year, and I believe with the Pistons rebuilding, the Warriors should target him in a mini small low-end trade. If the Warriors can offer up Alen Smailagic and their 2022 second round pick, I believe this wouldn't be a bad trade, as the Warriors simply get a veteran who can improve the Warriors' depth and also their three-point shooting. The Warriors lost Klay Thompson, their best three-point shooter, and Wayne Ellington could be a low-end, cheap target to kind of help them make the playoffs and also potentially make a deep playoff run. The next player on this list is Nemanja Bjelica of the Sacramento Kings, and if the Warriors want a front court player that can spread the floor and be a decent interior defender, Nemanja will be a great target. As of right now, Nemanja is on an expiring contract, and the Kings are putting him in available trade talks because Nemanja has stated that he's not going to be re-signing with them in this upcoming offseason. Being a 6'10 big man who doesn't get consistent minutes on a young Sacramento Kings team, the Kings are going to try to trade him for some decent assets instead of losing him for nothing. So far this year, he's averaging about 10.4 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting a total of 38% at the three-point line. And with the Warriors having success in the past at front court floor spacers of Jonas Jerebko and even players like Maurice Spates, Nemanja will kind of be a replacement to those players. If the Warriors can offer up Jordan Poole and Marquise Chriss in exchange for Bjelica, this wouldn't be a bad deal, as the Kings get some young assets, and of course the Warriors get a player that can help them in their playoff aspirations. The Warriors need front court depth. Nemanja is not a bad idea and is a cheap target. He's only getting paid $7 million this year. The next player on this list that I believe the Warriors should target is John Collins, and the Warriors getting him is kind of a blockbuster dream situation. As of right now, John Collins is playing on his final year of his contract with the Hawks, and from what we're hearing, John Collins might not re-sign. When talking about John Collins, we all know about how much potential this guy has, and we want to see him in a winning situation. With the Hawks having a record of 16-20, ranked as the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, from what we're hearing, John Collins has not stated that he's gonna 100% re-sign with the Hawks, which puts the Hawks in a very tough situation. Should they trade John Collins? Should they not? With John Collins having a lot of NBA value, trading him is a smart move if ultimately he doesn't re-sign with them, as they don't want to lose him for nothing in free agency. And that's why there are so many John Collins rumors right now, and we even heard before that Trae Young and John Collins aren't happy together. If the Hawks ultimately put up John Collins on the trade block, I believe the Warriors should target him immediately. This trade is kind of a blockbuster. Check this out. It's the Hawks giving the Warriors John Collins, Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, and their 2021 first round pick, and then the Warriors giving Kelly Oubre Jr., Jordan Poole, Marquise Chris, Michael Mulder, and their 2021 first round pick from the Timberwolves. We all know the Wolves right now have the worst record in the NBA, and that's why that pick would be great. And of course, the Warriors getting John Collins to potentially re-sign him for next year alongside Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, and Steph. The Warriors could be a dynasty to come. A lot of Warrior fans want John Collins, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not unlikely. It's definitely possible. It just all depends on the Hawks if they're afraid John Collins won't re-sign and they put him available in this year's NBA trade deadline. I know you Warrior fans out there are keeping an eye on John Collins. I know I said I'm giving you guys 5 trade scenarios, but I want to give you guys one more, and that's the possibility of the Warriors getting Bradley Beal from the Wizards, and this right now is the Warriors' kind of dream, and we wish it could come true. We're talking about Bradley Beal. We all know his situation. He's playing on the Wizards, not on a championship contending team. And with the Wizards right now having a record of 14-20, ranked as one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, Bradley Beal, you never know, could request a trade. If Bradley Beal ultimately requests a trade, I believe the Warriors should target him immediately, because a team of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Bradley Beal, and Draymond Green, that would be absolutely disgusting. If Bradley Beal becomes available, I believe the Warriors should offer this trade. It's Kelly Oubre Jr., James Wiseman, Eric Paschall, Jordan Poole, their 2021 first round pick, and their 2022 second round pick. I believe this is the best trade the Warriors can offer to potentially land Bradley Beal. I know a lot of you Warrior fans out there don't want the Warriors to trade James Wiseman, but in my opinion, if it's getting Bradley Beal, a 30 points per game player, I'm gonna do it right away. Bradley Beal seems to be loyal and might not request a trade, but in the NBA, you never know. Anything is possible. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video today on the Golden State Warriors and 5, or in a way 6 trades that I believe they should make when it comes to this year's NBA trade deadline. If any of these trades happen, it would affect the roster of the Warriors in the positive note. What's most important to me is what are your thoughts? Are these trades good? Are these trades realistic? Which one is your favorite? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy. God bless. And I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!